Red Beard Podcast is brought to you by these cool dudes.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Tony from the Red Beard Podcast. It's Friday, and you're hanging out with us. So you know I got my boy with me. What's going on, dude?
What up?
And it would not be the Red Beard Podcast if we did not have a very special guest. Jim, what's going on, dude?
Hi, how are ya?
Good, man.
I apologize. That wasn't my real voice.
No, it sounded real. I'm kind of bummed out that that's not how you really talk. But, dude, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
My girl just celebrated a birthday, and I wasn't there for it.
All right, man. Cool. That's pretty sick, dude. Cooley, what have you been up to, brother?
All kinds of shit.
Yeah. Word. All right. I'll say the same,
We got
man.
pretty in-depth there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I didn't want to I just want to go around the table, man. But
What about you? How are things?
they're great, man. But more importantly, you weren't there for your girlfriend's birthday?
What? I make it a point to be with her for 2 holidays out of the year. Birthday included. I was there for Arbor Day. And we're going to wait until Christmas rolls around.
And that's it. All right. So another thing that's going on this week, guys, that I know all of you are very aware of is this week is the beginning on Monday of San Diego Comic-Con. So I think that's pretty badass. Mm-hmm. So much stuff going on at San Diego Comic-Con. There's a lot of guests that are going to be going. If you guys have looked at the lineup, it's pretty crazy. I'm not even going to bother to go through it. Just check it out for yourselves.
You know who's not going?
You aren't.
Yep.
Or I'm not going either. Jim, are you going?
I'm
Nice.
going to astral project myself there.
Sweet. Let me know how that works out.
It won't.
Yeah, it is so fucking hard to get a ticket.
It's impossible, dude. It's impossible. It really is virtually impossible to get a ticket. We have a buddy who actually was on the Red Beard Podcast. It was like our 3rd or 4th episode that we ever did. His name is Lenny Schwartz. He actually was the director of the last show that I was in, the last show, 2 shows that Jim was in. And he goes every year to San Diego Comic-Con. This is like his 10th year.
I have no idea how he does it, because getting tickets is harder than beating Battletoads.
Well, the thing about him is that he's actually he's a published playwright. So because he's published, about 4 or 5 years ago, he got his professional badge. So he actually just gets one every year. They send it to him. He doesn't have to wait in line for tickets anymore. When he first started going, at the end of the run, I think it's like the 4th or 5th day into Comic-Con, you literally get in line and can buy tickets for next year. And that's what he was doing. And then once he went professional, he just got his badge automatically every year.
Oh, does he even have to pay for it, or does he just get one?
No, he just gets one.
Oh, what a fucking asshole.
Yeah, so he goes every year now, but he gets, and it's a professional badge, so he also is press. So he goes and he can get into all the all access areas. He also brings his wife, Sarah, and his daughter, Callie, who's 6 years old and doesn't even know what the hell's going on, but she's become pretty, just thinks it's the norm, but she gets to see all these crazy celebrities and stuff. And this year, not only is he going as a professional press person, but he's also, he didn't give me too much details, couldn't tell me too much about it, but he said that he was interviewing Mike Tyson. So I'm pretty curious to see what that's going to be about. But he's going
to interview Kid Dynamite.
So he's going to give me more information when he comes back, and I would love to actually have him on the podcast next week, just so he can kind of maybe give us some fill-ins as to what happened when he was there. So
Yeah, I know he's probably going to talk to Mike Tyson about his cartoon on Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good show.
It is so fucking
It's
funny.
really funny.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald as the pigeon steals it.
It's fucking awesome.
That's the only information that he really gave me, that it pertained to that somewhat. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I'm keeping a lot of it on the down low, but I mean everything that he's pretty much told me I think is somewhat public knowledge. It's nothing that we don't know is going on. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what the hell his interview is going to be like, because Lenny is such a unique personality. He's just crazy all the time. He's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Oh my God. I just can't imagine what his interview is going to be like with Mike Tyson. I feel like he's going to throw off Mike Tyson.
The shit, man, the shit that makes me almost want to puke sometimes, though, is like when you tell me that Lenny was telling you that he's like, yeah, I'm kind of bored with it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, motherfucker.
What do you mean he's bored with it?
It's SDCC.
No, he's not bored with it. No, dude, San Diego Comic-Con is like his Super Bowl. Like, he loves it. He's not bored with it. I mean, like, he won't go to any local Comic-Cons. He's like, there's no point in me going. He's like, because I go to San Diego.
I'm too big for those.
He's like, I go to San Diego every year. He's like, it just doesn't compare. He's like, so I don't feel the need to go to, like, Rhode Island Comic-Con. He's like, when I'm going to San Diego. He's like, it's just, once you go to San Diego, it's like, there's no point in going to any other ones because it's just so big. You know, but, I mean, he goes every year. I think the only thing he really has to pay for is, like, the airfare and hotel. But, I mean, like, that alone is very expensive. So
I need that shit in my life, man.
Yeah, well, let's get tickets, man, because it's fucking impossible. So, you know, San Diego Comic-Con is bigger now than it ever was or has been. So getting tickets is going to be even harder as time goes on.
You know what I'm saving for?
What?
The fucking luxury hotel that they're doing for Star Wars.
Oh yeah, you were
heard
talking
about
about that.
that.
That's pretty cool.
I'm all over that shit. I'm getting a costume and everything. I'm gonna go in that motherfucker all decked out. I'm gonna be a bounty hunter or a Jedi Knight or some shit. I'm just gonna walk up in that shit and have my own little story for 2 days.
Dude, you should go as Forrest Whitaker. So
I'm gonna go as Jar Jar Binks. I guarantee you, I'll be the only one there dressed as Jar Jar Binks.
I'm gonna grow my hair out and go as redheaded Kylo Ren. That's what I'm gonna go as. Hey,
No, but if you dyed your hair, you could pull it off, though.
I probably could. Yeah,
you could.
Kylo Ren. Well, he doesn't talk like that. That's fucking Jon Snow. But like, what would he do on SNL? He's like, "Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a radar technician." Anyway, whatever.
You should do the Adam from Girls.
I'll just go as Adam from Girls.
But put on a black cloak. But act
Adam
like,
from Girls dressed as Kylo Ren.
dress as Kylo Ren, but act like Adam from Girls.
Hey, what's up?
How many people do you think are going to be assholes and they're going to go to this Star Wars hotel dressed as like Captain Jean-Luc Picard? I feel like because I do it. And I feel like I'm not the only one out there.
No, did I tell you what I want to do though?
And freaking dress up like Star Trek characters.
Did I tell you
even a bigger dick? Dress up as like Babylon 5.
Did I tell you what I want to do though at King Richard's Fair?
You did not.
I want to go to King Richard's Fair dressed as like Back to the Future characters.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or as Doctor Who characters, but yeah, one or the other.
Oh, that's pretty classic. I like that.
Yeah, go as like Back to the Future, like, you know, you travel in time. I think that's fucking cool.
I know.
I think
I just want to make sure.
I know what the plot of.
No, I didn't. I just wanted to make sure you got that because you were like just interested, but I wasn't sure if you like got the whole concept.
I understand.
Yeah, no shit, Jim. I know you got it. I'm being sarcastic as fuck right now. Yeah. No, I think that's so fucking amazing. I really do. You should imagine if you could pull up in a DeLorean.
Yeah,
like rent it.
I just can't think of a big black fucking whatchamacallit, Back to the Future character.
Yeah, I don't think
there was any. I don't think there were black people in Back to the Future.
Yeah, I don't think, or in the past.
Well, according to Back to the Future, I don't think, dude. I don't remember seeing any African American people in Back to the Future. Well, no, actually, no, wrong. They were in the band. At the end.
Oh, yeah.
They were in the band, but I think that's like the only thing that sticks out to me. There had to be.
Well, listen to this.
Yo,
Chuck Berry.
Tony.
Yo.
Jim.
Yes.
Listeners, I hereby absolve thee from using the term African American in the future. Just say black.
All right, cool, man.
It's cool.
All right, I can say black.
I give you permission.
All right, cool, man. I don't want to offend anybody. All right.
Nope. Listeners, I gave him permission, so if you got beef, bring it to me.
Yeah. So I don't remember. I think there had to be some black people, like students, though, like that we just like overlooked.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were no like major.
We'll
characters.
go back and watch it.
Yeah, I could watch Back to the Future any day of the week. Anyway, so I think the cool thing about King Richard's Fair though is that there are people there that dress like absolute shit. So I feel like if you go as Back to the Future, you are going to stand the fuck out. Like, you gotta like look good, but you gotta like. I always find it funny though, like when you go to Back to the Future and you step into that time period, or you go to King Richard's Fair rather, like the people there are too committed sometimes. Like there was this one guy, I was like, can you tell me where the bathroom is? He's like, the bathroom, sir. What's that? And I was like. He's like, do you mean the outhouse? I'm like, just tell me where the fucking bathroom is, bro. I don't got time for this shit.
Yeah, we all know that you're not from that time period.
Yeah, seriously.
Like when you're not here, you're at Kinko's.
Do you mean do you mean the outhouse or the privy? Just tell me where the fuck the bathroom
Shut
is.
the fuck up. You're a manager at Red Robin.
And an unemployed actor who does this on the side. But on weekends I eat fire.
So that was one of the. Did either of you guys watch Sleepy Hollow when it was on TV?
No.
The TV show? Or
Yeah.
No,
it was fucking cool, man. And that was one of the coolest things about it is that like this dude, like so basically Ichabod Crane was like revived in present day.
Ichabod Crane.
Like he was revived in present day. And there were people like, and he was like a soldier in the Civil War, right?
Yes. Really? That was it? I thought Ichabod Crane.
No, this is
was a very flamboyant man.
No, that's the Disney version.
Well, yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this isn't this Ichabod was a soldier. He was a pretty much a badass.
Nice.
But it was mad funny because him being from the Civil War era, there were these reenactments of the Civil War that like when he saw them, he was just like, it was just really cool to see somebody from that era interact with somebody that was reenacting, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. And your listeners are going to have to check that out too.
Yeah, if they haven't already, but they probably haven't.
They probably haven't.
Yeah. Man. So anyway, you spoke about keeping things close to the vest on what Lenny's doing. So you keeping it on the DL?
That's pretty much all he told me.
All right.
So, and you pretty much like already said what he was probably going to interview Mike Tyson about. Nice. So whatever.
Word. So I mean, there are some other things that we kept on the DL that you didn't want to talk about, but now you can.
Yeah.
Because it was on TV already.
It was on TV.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What was it?
So it was Beat Shazam, which was actually on Fox last Thursday. And it actually was on at 9 o'clock. And it was hosted by Jamie Foxx.
On Fox.
So, yeah, me and my wife, Becca, actually were lucky enough to be contestants on the show. And it was an awesome experience. I mean, we got to meet Jamie Foxx right off the bat, which was badass. For those of you that have not watched it, make sure you check it out. But I will tell you that, we did not win. We got to the first round and then got sent home. But, it was
bullshit.
Yeah.
Every one of my family members say that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that at work that has actually watched the show and everybody else that has, like, friends of mine that have been sincerely, like, thought it was pretty much bullshit, that, like, the way that it went down. Because the way the show works is the idea is to beat Shazam, the music app that can guess the song. So basically, you're competing against two teams. You have a podium in front of you that basically looks like what all I can compare it to is like the Simon Says game. You have 4 panels, and there's a big Shazam screen in front of you. And the DJ plays a song, and you have to be the first person to buzz into it. But you get to buzz in regardless as to what you think the right song is, because the first 2 rounds are multiple choice. So you hear the song, you hit what your selection is. Even if you get it right, you have to be the fastest to get to tag in.
To get it right, yeah.
So Becca and I got pretty much every single song right, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2. And, we're not always the fastest. There were a couple songs where we were the fastest, but in the long run, there's something called the fast track round, where the money almost doubles and triples. So say you have like $4,000 and the other team has nothing, and then they hit the fast track round and you for some reason don't buzz in time or get it wrong.
Yeah.
They trump you and go to the next round, and that's essentially what happened.
That's ridiculous.
And that team wasn't getting anything right the entire time.
Nope.
Just the fucking fast track round. Of course they got that right and trumped us. But they were actually very nice ladies. They were from Waltham. Manny and Lee, they were the other contestants they were actually pretty cool people, but they were just fucking faster than us. Like, they were like ridiculous fast. I don't even know how the hell you hear a song that fast and know what it is. It was just unbelievable. So watch the episode to check it out. I mean, now I know you guys had questions for me that I couldn't ask you or answer beforehand. Like, do you have any questions you want to ask me now that it's out in the open and I can talk about it?
Do you still talk to all the contestants that were on your episode?
Yeah, we're actually still in a group chat.
Oh,
so
nice.
every once in a while, we'll hit each other up on Facebook. We might plan to actually get together and grab drinks or whatever, just to kind of be like, hey, our episode came out. So it was cool. It was a good experience. They were all nice people. It just comes down to the wire, man, where it's you're competing against each other. So you got to go for it. Weird thing is that we were all from Boston or New England, not necessarily New England, but we're from Rhode Island. They're from Boston or Massachusetts, and then you also have this other those two guys, Manny and Lee, they're from New York, but the guy in the vest, the blue vest, actually went to Brown University in Providence. So it's we all had New England ties, so that was a common ground, and we never thought that because of our similarities we were all going to be on the same episode, but they paired us all together. So that was kind of random, but yeah, so that's yeah. And I also, for those of you who haven't watched it, they did have a special guest, which was Mariah Carey came out. And Mariah Carey was super nice, but I'm sure you guys have questions about that.
Yeah, so what did she do?
So Mariah Carey came out. We didn't expect her to be there. We heard rumors there might be a special guest.
And who did you think it was going to be? Lewis Black?
I did. But then it switched because he said, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Timberlake. And we thought he was going to come out because we were in a Justin Timberlake category, and he didn't come out, and it was a joke on us.
No, well,
then he said,
River.
Then he said, friggin' Mariah Carey, and we thought that was going to be a joke. And then 3 seconds later, she did walk out, and my wife lost her shit. And literally, almost was in tears, and then it was.
That's cute.
Yeah, got to give her a hug and all the stuff. It was cool.
Yo, what was up with the piano and the fucking candles?
I don't know, because here's the thing. When I saw
she doesn't even play piano. If she does, she's never done it in
I think she does though.
I've never seen it done in any of her music videos
I don't know.
or on stage performances. So it was really weird to me.
I was under the impression that she did play piano. Maybe I'm wrong, but when she came out and sat down to the piano, and they had all these candles set up for her, I figured someone was going to come out. I just know who, and then it was her. I was like, oh, she's obviously going to sit down and do a song or something. And she sat down, and Jamie Foxx was like, hey, all these people were so excited to see you when you came out because you have defined an era. And she was just kind of thank you, the whole hands together thing.
Was she slurring her words?
No.
Wow.
She was pretty articulate, but she came out, and then we did a category that was called Divas, which had some of her music in it, and then she just got up and left. And it was weird.
Did she tell anybody she was leaving, or did she just get up and start walking?
I think
she gave an Irish goodbye, bro.
Mariah Carey, everybody.
It was an Irish goodbye. She fucking ghosted. It was where'd she go?
I think it's one of those things where it was already it was pre-decided what she was going to do when she came out on stage, and she didn't. I mean, obviously she didn't have to play, and she didn't, and she walked. I mean, dude, yeah, it is odd that she came out and didn't play anything and left. But I look at it this way: I fucking got to meet Jamie Foxx and Mariah Carey, which will probably never happen again, and that was an awesome experience. Jamie Foxx is Mariah was very nice, but Jamie Foxx is just a cool dude. I got to actually give him a couple high fives. He came around and I gave him daps and kind of the man hug with the pat on the back. He was a nice guy, super nice guy. So I'm a big fan of Jamie Foxx. So the fact that he actually turned out being a chill dude makes me respect him even more.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys get any other questions, let me know. But I mean, I've pretty much talked about everything I could. But you guys really got to watch the episode to see exactly how it went down.
Is Jamie Foxx really blind, or was that just a character in Ray?
That was just a character in Ray.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, that was Beat Shazam. Check it out. You can on demand it, and there you go. Dude, wow, I sound like a fucking
Trying to add a little flavor here.
So Shia LaBeouf fucked up again. I don't know.
That's no surprise.
Yeah, I mean that guy just like can't get his shit together. You know, I mean,
But this time
he got like mad racist. He got all Mel Gibson on some cops.
It wasn't even racist.
No, it wasn't
but
very
racist. He just
It was
fucked
just
up.
ignorant.
He just fucked him up so bad. He was like, "Your wife watches porn featuring black cock."
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that's kind of normal nowadays. Like that's
I don't even know if I wonder what the cops like reaction was internally though.
probably like, yeah, he's probably watched some.
How did you find out?
Yeah, right. But I mean, like he did release like a statement saying that like he apologized, which.
But it probably wasn't him. It was probably like a ghostwriter and his publicist.
I mean, I'm sure that it was talked about, you know, as to like what he should say in his like tweet because it's going to be like, you know, seen by everyone. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I just feel bad for the guy in a sense. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, he was doing a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden he just like for some reason like went down the wrong fucking lane, and he can't get his shit together.
I mean, do you feel bad for Lindsay Lohan because that's who he is?
I mean, Lindsay Lohan I think has gotten a little bit more trouble than him, but I mean, his tweet basically said, "I am deeply ashamed of my behavior and make no excuses for it. I don't know if these statements are too frequent or not shared often enough, but I am certain that my actions warrant a very sincere apology to the arresting officers, and I am grateful for their restraint. The severity of my behavior is not lost on me. My outright disrespect for authority is problematic, to say the least, and completely destructive, to say the worst. It is a new low. A low I hope is a bottom. I have been struggling with addiction publicly for far too long, and I'm actively taking steps towards securing my sobriety and hope I can be forgiven for my mistakes."
What is he addicted to?
Alcohol.
Just alcohol.
That's what he says. He says that he has an alcohol. He's an alcoholic. So I don't know if there are any other drugs involved. If there are, he hasn't openly admitted that, but he has admitted like a problem with alcohol.
All right, cool.
So, but I say if he wants to get sober, he should just do it.
Do it. And then that little flex at the
Yeah.
end. That's the best part of that whole video was when he does that weird Hulk Hogan flex.
Don't wait until tomorrow. Conquer your dreams. Just do it. So, yeah, that's what I think.
He's not boring, I'll say that.
No.
Like, I enjoy his arrests. I look forward to his next one, because there will be a next one.
Yeah, and I like seeing him like yell racial shit at bowling alleys and then run down the street without his pants.
Yep.
So-
And like slap Alan Cummings on the ass during his performance in Cabaret.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was classy.
He just gives zero fucks at this point, dude.
No?
I mean, and he's a millionaire, so
Let's just talk about how this dude Andy Muschietti is like fucking blowing the fuck up right now.
Oh,
he
yeah,
he is just like the it guy right now.
Oh! Whoa!
Yeah, like I mean, like dude, like fucking it kind of the movie It just like kind of launched him into fucking superstardom right now because like tentatively into superstardom because he's like about to direct a bunch of shit that hasn't come out yet, but the shit that he's directing, it's all big name shit.
Yeah. I would assume that some people in Hollywood have seen it or seen clips from it and realize, oh man, this director might be legit.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're trying to throw everything at him to see what he's willing to do.
Yeah, I mean, like he's gonna do the movie It. That's already in the bag.
Yep, that's already in the bag.
Robotech, and he's also going to direct the TV show Lock and Key.
Which I am such a huge fan of Joe Hill, who's the creator of this comic book.
Also Stephen King's son.
Exactly. Not a lot of people know that Joe Hill is actually Stephen King's son. And I'm very much looking forward to Lock and Key. I know you're very much looking forward to Robotech.
I'm looking forward to both of them. I mean, I have actually, eventually what we're going to do is we're going to give this away, but I have a autographed copy of the first trade paperback of Lock and Key.
Oh, wow.
That's
that
cool.
That is something that we're trying to put together a decent contest for, so stay tuned for that.
Hell yeah.
But the Robotech movie, back to that, the show was a 1980s, basically like a mashup. They took three
different shows.
Yep.
And smashed them together. It just had a similar style of graphics.
Exactly, and they just basically rewrote everything in English and created like this timeline, and like they made it a generational show. So you had the first season, which was Macross. That was the first generation of the Robotech series. And then the second generation was Southern Cross, which featured the children of some of the main characters from the first season. And then you had the third season, which was the Invid Invasion, or the Next Generation, which was based on Genesis Climber Mospera. And these were three completely different series, but they made it make sense to be together, which was really fucking cool. There was a common plot thread between all of it, like involving protoculture, which was the fuel source that was used by the aliens and that was adopted by the human race, like to power these giant mechs.
A spaceship crashes in the South Pacific.
Right.
And then from that, not Americans, but human civilization, create all these robotic, giant, massive robots.
Right.
Off the alien technology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because of the alien
Day.
Yeah,
and because of the alien
second
technology,
one.
there's really a United Nations now. It's like you have the UN. There's not necessarily like any separation between governments. Like everybody's just kind of working together because they want to like defeat the Zentradi, which are the original like invaders.
I agree. I just want to take a second to say this world really needs an alien invasion.
Dude, it's so funny you
because
said that.
The second the aliens come down, all of Earth is just going to band together. Be like, fuck the Greys.
It's fucking crazy that you just said that, dude, because I was like, I should probably comment on that, but like, it's probably not the place, and you took the words right out of my mouth. Like, seriously, aliens invade, dude. Like,
yeah.
Like, no one gives a shit. It's just like humans band together.
Yep.
Right.
You know?
It's like we now have a new thing to hate.
Yeah.
It looks different from us, so it's not completely like we still get to hold on to the idea of racism.
Yeah.
But we just get to project it towards actual aliens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like,
And then we steal all their dance moves.
And like the series, like back in the day, the series did that. Like it said all that, like in its own way, and they did a really good job of like adapting all of that shit to American culture and making people like kind of fall in love with these characters. And if they can do any of that for a 2.5 hour movie or a 2 hour and 45-minute movie, if it's going to be that long, hopefully it is, because this shit is so epic. I can't see them cramming it into a hour and a half or whatever.
I was like, if Pacific Rim was able to make it over 2 hours, I think Robotech, with their vast kind of back catalog of everything to draw from,
right,
probably has the ability to do something, make it longer.
And that's something that I'm hoping, like, if they get it off the ground and it's what it's supposed to be, hopefully they do a series out of this. Like it's like you have a series of movies, Harry Potter style, where it's just like epic, where you have like 7 or 8 films.
Yeah, every year they're dropping something.
Yeah, and you get like you get a couple of films that cover the Macross saga. You get a couple of films that cover the Southern Cross era.
Because that's probably what they're going to do. They're going to start off with the first season of Robotech and turn that into a movie. And then if it catches on, which I would assume it will because it has a large, loyal following.
Right.
I'm sure they already have in the makes the script for the second Robotech.
Like, I just want them to do... I want them to do enough with it. Like, I want them to be able to do, like, you know, multiple films for each season, you know?
What is your favorite season?
My favorite season was the third one. Just because, I mean, the first season was, like, classic. It was amazing. But the third season had the Cyclones. So those are, like, these motorcycles that actually convert into body armor.
Oh, cool.
Which is, like...
yeah, I remember that.
It's, like, the coolest shit, like, ever. And like their helmets were so fucking...
Who doesn't want to be a motorcycle?
Right. And their helmets were so fucking dope. Like that's definitely my favorite season just because I love those bikes.
Like that one that just came by?
No, not like that one.
That was epic timing.
Right?
I'm sorry, that was classic. Dude, you couldn't plan that shit. Well, you could,
Nope.
Oh,
but...
Although I will say that motorcycle did sound Japanese to me.
Oh shit. So yeah, bro, I mean, like, I hope that this dude Andy Muschietti is like up to the task and he does a good job. We'll know when we see it whether or not he's got the chops to direct something, because it wasn't something that he wrote, obviously, because it's based on Stephen King, and it was done off a treatment that Cary Fukunaga had already like started directing.
Yep.
So
then jumped off and in pops this guy.
Right. So we'll see how he does, and then obviously Lock and Key is going to be fucking awesome.
Yep.
You know,
definitely.
Family moves into a haunted house.
Family moves into the key house, finds a portal to another dimension in the basement.
Right.
Yep. And they forge a bunch of keys off of demons that come through.
Right.
That evaporate into iron once they come into like the Earth's atmosphere. Forge a bunch of keys that they use to fight against the Horde of Darkness.
Right. And it's gonna be epic if they do it right. And again, it's all gonna come down to whether or not this dude knows how to direct.
Yeah, I would assume he does.
Well, I mean, if he's getting all this work, I mean, I'm guessing the answer is yes.
But like, yeah, all right. I mean, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, technically, if he is directing it and it's already getting like decent reviews from, you know, screened audiences, it seems like he's got to know what he's doing. I mean, like, you can't just direct it and have it be awesome because it's it. You have to know how to direct it and direct it well. One of the other things that I was reading about recently, and it's very different than what the original the movie version showed, was I guess what they're going to be doing in this new movie. In the original one, you know that Georgie actually is, like, in the book, he's actually they find his body and find out that his arm was ripped off by Pennywise.
Mm-hmm. Georgie.
Yeah, and they and in this one, in the movie version of it, they don't even find his body. So they're pretty much just like searching for him, but they go into like the underground tunnels and sewers to find, look for Georgie and try to find his body or figure out what happened to him. And I don't remember this being a thing in the original movie, or I didn't really read finish the book. But in this movie version, they're walking through all these tunnels and sewers, and they start to find like a single shoe, or like somebody's glasses, or like, so it's creepy as fuck because they're finding all these items of people that have gone missing, and you start to realize it's this thing that's just been living down there that's taking a form and feeds off people's fear, and it just scares. That's a very scary thing. I feel like there was a kind of like the only other thing I can what it reminded me of specifically was in the movie Fire in the Sky with where Travis Walton,
that's just floating around.
So Travis Walton, he's getting dragged through this tunnel, and it's like in this UFO craft. And as he's getting dragged, he picks up. You see, his body gets dragged by like a shoe stuck on something that's clearly from Earth. And then there's this pair of glasses that are just spinning. They belong to somebody, and like you just know, like what the fuck happened to that guy,
dude? Whatever happened?
Like that. It's not. I mean, like it's not the image. It's the thought of not knowing that freaks me out. And I was reading about that article, and it just brought back that memory. It was kind of chilling.
Whatever happened to DB Sweeney to begin with? I know he's not dead, but he might as well be.
He's not doing shit now, man.
No.
I mean, the real Travis Walton is pretty fucked up still. So I mean.
Oh, he's still alive?
Oh, he's still alive. I think all the guys are.
Can we get him on the show?
Maybe. We probably could, actually, if we asked him. But
we'll fly him in.
Yeah, right. I know that Travis Walton and the guys, they did a paranormal activity or paranormal something show.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity on the Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah, and there was a whole episode based on that abduction case, and they had all the guys like get interviewed, and there are some guys that are still like fucked up from it, like talk about it and are brought to tears about what happened. So I mean, I just find it very hard to believe that you'd be that emotional about something that didn't actually happen still, so anyway, we were getting off topic there, but that whole It thing and the finding those random items in the tunnel made me think of that movie, and it's just creepy as shit.
Do we know if the It movie, because everything that I've watched about all the trailers and everything that I've seen about the It movie, it all takes place when the main characters are children. I don't think it fast forwards to when they're adults. I think it takes care in the childhood years. So it should be expected that they might be setting this up for It too.
Probably, I would definitely assume that they would be, because that would obviously I found like because when that was released for the TV movie with Tim Curry, it was a 2-parter. It was like it was like 4.5 hours. So they would never be able to make a movie that long. So they'll probably cover like the childhood years and then go back, maybe if there's a second one. So yeah, but I'm really excited to see what this guy does, because it's just hard to envision anybody else but Tim Curry playing Pennywise. But I think this guy's gonna bring something great to the table. Now let's just take a second to hear a little bit about our sponsor. Supply and demand investing. Guys, not all investments are created equal. So, Cooley, if you had to choose, who would you invest in, Disney or Facebook?
That's a good question. I mean, I'd probably go with Disney. I mean, they own Marvel. They own Lucasfilm, which is they got Star Wars now. You know what I mean? Star Wars is huge. These guys are making millions, if not billions of dollars per movie. So, I mean, hundreds of billions sometimes. I'd have to invest in Disney.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, like, I think if I was going to invest in anything, it probably would be Facebook, because we use Facebook to post all of our stuff. Also, they own Instagram, they own WhatsApp, and they also own Oculus, so they're doing pretty well. But check this out, man. Did you know that Disney pays an annual dividend of 1.48% and Facebook doesn't pay a dividend?
Yeah, I mean, like, I actually do own Disney stock, so I'm like kind of putting my money where my mouth is.
Well, over the last 3 years, which of these stocks has performed better? Well, the winner's going to be Facebook, man, because they grew at 130.26% versus Disney, which is 21.99%. $10,000 invested with Facebook grew $23,026 versus Disney's $12,000. So, dude, if you want to see some of these charted results, I would go to supplyanddemanడింvesting.com/redbeard, and you know that's us, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Supply and demand investing is here to help you when it comes to comparing stocks, mutual funds, and or bonds in the hopes of delivering better than average results, whether they be long-term, short-term, or something in the middle. So if you'd like a free stock comparison or a free financial review, then please go to supplyanddemanడింvesting.com/redbeard. And remember, like any good sports team, when it comes to investing, there are times to play offense by investing in things like the S&P 500, and times to play defense by investing in things like bonds, CDs, or cash.
The Giants!
Yeah, so I say go Pats.
Fuck the Pats.
The Pats won. So, so Cooley, man, you were talking to me this week about some stuff that you read or heard about where they released like a teaser of Infinity War, and I just wanted you to can you like go over that again, man? Because it was pretty badass what you were telling me you heard.
Yeah, so basically at D23, which is the Disney Expo, they basically like did a little screening of the first footage from Infinity War. And this is
actual movie footage?
Actual
Dude,
movie
This
footage.
shit sounds awesome, man.
Oh.
And this is, I'm going to read to you guys exactly what I read.
The Thanos shit. Oh, fuck.
Which is pretty fucking dope. I was so excited when I read this, and I cannot wait to actually see. I'm hoping that they end up releasing this footage to the public. But basically, this is where it starts. The Guardians of the Galaxy emerged from Lightspeed in a field of asteroids and red gas. Something large was once in this sector of space. A planet maybe? But now it's gone. Star-Lord says, "Okay, Guardians, don't forget this might be dangerous. So let's put on our mean faces." Out of nowhere, a creature thuds against their windshield. It's Thor. He's unconscious, beaten to hell. Rocket yells, wipe it, get it off." The Guardians bring the stranger in, and Mantis revives him. "Who the hell are you guys?" Thor asks. From here, it's a rapid-fire montage of imagery. We see Tom Hiddleston's Loki offering the Tesseract up as a gift, presumably to Thanos, with whom he has been aligned since the first Avengers film. There's also a shot of Tom Holland's spidey sense tingling as hair on his arms rises while he reads on a school bus. Then he's in the gold-laced suit that Stark offered him at the end of the Homecoming movie. Iron Man, Captain America, Black Panther, and Doctor Strange strike defensive poses in another montage of introductions. Then, Thanos emerges from a smoky portal as Brolin's voiceover purrs. Fun really isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face, the Space Tyrant says. "I know what it's like to lose, to fight so desperately with all your life, but to fail just the same," Thanos goes on, as we see a tearful Spider-Man apologizing. "Run from it," Thanos says, but destiny still arrives. We see that the villain already has 2 stones in the Infinity Gauntlet, which offer him phenomenal powers even without the others. The 2 stones went by quick, but it appeared to be the blue Tesseract or Space Stone from the first Captain America, and the purple Power Stone, which was the orb from the original Guardians of the Galaxy. We see him on the surface of a blighted world, drawing a moon or another planet into the atmosphere of the realm where he's battling the Avengers, ripping chunks of it free as they streak toward the battle like cannon fire. It seems like it's going to be the end of that world.
Oh, man, I can't wait. Hawkeye is going to have a big part in this.
I mean, I'm pumped, man, because they have been hinting at Thanos for a long time. Like, Marvel has been, like, really, like, setting this up. So, I remember when, I forgot what movie was it the end of the first Avengers where they showed Thanos? Like, at the very end?
Yeah, where they show him and he says...
He turns and smiles. You know what I'm talking about?
He's got a huge chin.
Yeah. And they basically, like people... I remember, like, being in the theater. Like, I knew who it was, but I didn't... You know what I mean? But it was funny, like, a lot of people in the theater, you just heard everybody in the theater go, "Oh, shit." Because they're like, he doesn't fuck around.
Oh, my God.
So, you know, it was crazy. Like, now to see that this is all coming to fruition is... pretty epic.
Yeah, like, people don't really realize what they're in store for. Like, it's like everybody's like, oh, you know, like, not everybody, but I mean, I've heard people say that they've kind of like, you know, I'm not as like into the comic book movies as I was when they first came out, or they're kind of getting sick of everything, or they're, you know, but dude, like, what they've been building and what they've been, you know, getting everybody ready for. Like, there's no way you can get ready for it. I mean, like, you have every single character that they've introduced so far is going to be in this movie. And if you haven't been keeping track, that's a lot of fucking characters.
That's a lot of people. Even Kobe Smulders.
Yeah, she's going to be in it.
She's going to be in
I
it.
can't even imagine the fucking budget they had for this.
Yeah.
It's
Disney money, bro.
It's Disney money.
Star Wars money.
So many goddamn A-list actors in this movie, and they all have like $1-2 million contracts. I can't even imagine how much like money they're getting paid.
But don't forget, they're still on like every one of these actors is still on their like 6-film contract.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like just for this, plus what they've already been building outside of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention like, what's his name, dude? I can't remember his name. Benedict Cumberbatch, man.
Yeah.
That guy, Doctor Strange. That was one. There probably is going to be another one, right? He's going.
Oh, there's definitely going to be another Doctor Strange movie.
There's this one. He's going to be in this movie. Not to mention that he was Smaug from fucking The Hobbit. That was a pretty awesome voiceover for the dragon. Then he's doing like all these other like legit roles that are not Marvel related. Like the guy's cleaning up. You know what I mean? Like
regardless,
it's
if you
so
get a call
much damn
from Marvel,
money.
you're set for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason you're not taking that Marvel call.
Well, you're taking a Marvel role that you know is going to have more than one appearance.
Oh yeah.
That's the
you're
best
definitely
fucking
going to
part
get
of
like
being-
your own movie, and you're going to get cameos in every other.
Although they've
fucking
never
movie.
done like a Hawkeye movie.
Well, yeah. Well, that's because it's friggin' Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yo, the original group, and I'm talking RDJ, Chris Evans, what's his name there? Mark Ruffalo.
Yep.
Even though, Edward Norton was the Hulk in the actual
And then
Hulk
Eric
movie.
Bana before that.
Eric Bana is not part of this. He wasn't. That wasn't part of this world. But yeah, I mean that
He was
movie.
good. That movie just sucked. The script was awful.
Yeah. I'll never get over the fact that the Hulk fought gamma irradiated poodles.
Yeah, one poodle.
Yeah,
And
there
then
was one
like
poodle.
A bulldog.
Yeah, but still, like
Yeah,
the
it
poodle
was
was like,
trash.
yeah. Ugh.
It was really bad.
But just the original group, the core group, especially RDJ. Imagine being RDJ, getting plucked out of like nowhere, right? Because your career was kind of like, your career wasn't like completely shit, but you weren't really doing much.
He made a comeback. He did Tropic Thunder, and then everybody was clamoring for him, and he got to be Iron Man. And God, now that's all he has to do.
Yeah,
that's his life. Is just Iron Man.
So I have a question that I just want to pose to all of our listeners, and I just want you guys to comment on this. Hit us up on Twitter or comment on the podcast in general. But this is just a question for you, all right? So Thanos will arrive at Earth in 24 hours. Build a team of 5 people to stop him. Who do you choose? So comment on that. Let us know what you think, because I'm really interested to know like what team you would get together to actually you think would be able to actually stop them. So let us know. Twitter, Red Beard Podcast, Facebook. Hit us up, guys. Let us know.
yeah. This shit's gonna be epic, man. Absolutely epic. I cannot wait. 2-parter so far. I think that's gonna be the end of the Marvel Universe as we know it. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they've said that it's going to be the end of the Marvel Universe as we know it. So
After this movie?
yeah.
So there won't be any more Marvel like movies?
Oh, there'll be Marvel movies, but from what I understand, they're all going to be like
Recast?
no, they're going to be cosmic based.
What do you mean?
So they're going to be like in the Guardians realm, like out in the galaxy,
Oh, okay.
like all the.
So they're no
Phase
longer
4 movies.
Earthbound.
Right. So we'll see,
Well,
because
they'll
I know.
get back to Earth eventually.
Yeah.
Plus, I know that we're going to have Captain Marvel. We're going to have
Spider-Man.
more Spider-Man. We're going to have more
Captain Marvel is coming.
Yeah.
No.
More Black Panther, which is going to be fucking dope.
Can't
Oh
wait.
yeah, Black Panther looks good, man.
But
Yeah.
you saw The Strain.
Oh, dude.
The Strain.
FX The Strain. I'm a big fan of The Strain, as you guys are too. Obviously Guillermo del Toro's heading this up. This has been confirmed through the beginning of this episode that it's going to be the final season, which is great. I know a lot of people sometimes are like, I know it's my favorite show. I know, Cooley, you're like that. You don't want it to end if you really love it. But for me, it's kind of like, it's one of these things that I want them to end it, because I feel like if they drag it out, it's just going to start sucking. And like right now, it's at such a good place that I feel like if they just end it, it'll be like a really great short-lived 4-season show. And this first episode was awesome.
Phenomenal. They ended last season
with a fucking nuke
on such a big bang.
Did you know that I did not even think that that was the finale? I went into that episode not knowing it was the finale. I was like, oh, well, that sucks. Can't wait until next week. And then I was like, oh, that fucking sucks. Like, that's it. Like, and then I realized I had to wait like 6 months. But it came back on and they recapped some stuff. It takes place like almost like 6 months later, 6 to 8 months later, where like the UV rays from the sun have been blocked out from the nuclear blast, so they're no longer affecting the people that are on the ground. So they're starting to actually coexist in some sense. It's really weird. But I really like the fact that the Master has taken the British dudes, the old guy.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot his
right.
name, but the dude from Jumanji, who was like the
Juman guy.
Yeah, they basically took his body and he's like all starting to look all vampired out. And they changed his voice and fucked with it. And I really think that guy's a good actor in general. So he's doing some really good things playing the Master. And I don't know. You're actually I'm comparing the main character's son in the show. I don't know if they're trying to do this, and maybe you guys will get this, but like down to the same almost haircut, he's starting to resemble Carl from The Walking Dead. Like, and I feel like if you put them side by side, they would look like brothers. It's almost like, that's a little interesting. But anyway, I mean, like this episode of The Strain is pretty fucking cool, man. Like, there's some shit that they're trying to get the son to actually like get violent and kill things and start to become evil. So I don't know. I mean, you guys will have to check this out for yourselves. I really don't want to spoil anything, but it was just such a fucking good first episode.
Oh yeah, I'll be checking it out very shortly.
Fett's another great character. Yo, I don't know if they actually. I was looking into this, but the blonde chick, the British chick, that was in the last season. What happened to her at the end of the last season? Do you guys remember? She was still with Fett, wasn't she?
I don't think
No.
so. No.
What happened to her?
She was with
She was like back with her girlfriend.
No, she was
because
she
the
was
girlfriend
with,
like turned her
F.
down. Who?
She was with F.
Fett?
No, F.
Who's F?
Ephraim.
I'm blanking out, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. The
I'm
main
blanking.
fucking character, the doctor.
Oh,
Ephraim Merriweather.
okay, yeah. All right, well, that's not the case now.
Okay.
Because that's what I was confused. Actually, yeah, I remember
Well, she
like
jumps
had
around. She was like sleeping with everybody.
Yeah, we got pissed. Yeah, but I mean, the weird thing is that he is not. If this takes place like 8 months later, she's not with him so far as what I can see, and like Fett is with like some other girl now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was confused as if she was recast because she like hasn't been seen. I mean, granted, it was only the first episode, but she hasn't been seen yet. So
Yeah, I can't I actually can't
Yeah,
remember off the
she's-
top of my head, but I think she may have died or gotten infected at the end.
I don't remember. She wasn't one of my top tier characters. Good
I really
for Fett
liked
though.
her.
Good
I really
for
liked
Fett.
her. She thought she was cool.
He was my boy.
She was
Oh,
made.
he still is. He still will be, dude. In this first episode, he's just a fucking G.
She was made for
So-
the show though. Like she wasn't actually part of the novels.
Yeah. Well, yo, check out The Strain. I know you guys will.
I'll do
this
it.
First episode was fucking awesome. So yeah,
Yeah, I can't wait.
hell yeah.
The Strain. When that show first came out, I thought that it was going to be about constipation.
Did you did,
But nope.
did either of you
The
guys see?
Strain.
Did either of you guys see War for the Planet of the Apes?
I did not.
I have not yet.
No. That shit was fucking dope.
Woody Harrelson was
That's
good.
what I heard. I heard it was
Mhm.
excellent.
Woody Harrelson was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
In the role, like they chose the perfect role for him, or they chose the perfect guy for the role, whichever came first.
He's so good at not playing a stoner,
Yeah.
which is surprising because that's what he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's so fucked up in real life, and then he like has his shit together in movies.
Is he really fucked up in real life? I didn't know that.
Well, he's just a huge he's just like a huge like stoner. He's like Willie Nelson.
Yeah. Well, I mean there are a lot of people that smoke weed. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
No,
it's
I-
not like drug addiction, you know. So
I'm not saying that.
Well, when you said messed up, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but I mean, like you do enough pot, and you're kind of just like, hey man, that's I've done pot for years, and I am doing it no justice at all. So it's almost like I don't know what I've been through over the past decade smoking weed.
Have you guys seen the other movies in the series though?
Yeah, I've seen the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't had a chance to see this one. It just came out.
They've been
it?
getting progressively better. Like the last one was a good movie.
Yeah,
it
The
was.
first one had James Franco in it.
Yeah.
And then the second one, they did a smart move by taking James Franco out of it.
Well, he kind of left that realm anyway.
Like I
Making it
really
all about Caesar.
I really liked both of them. I really liked the first movie because of Caesar. Like Andy Serkis is such a fucking awesome like mocap actor.
Yeah, he is.
Like
mocap.
That mocap is short for motion capture for those that don't know.
Yep.
But that ape is so fucking believable. Like I don't know, like it's it's CG, but at the same time you're just like, I just want one.
I mean, Jesus Christ!
I fucking want an ape.
I mean, look at Gollum from Lord of the Rings. That was Andy Serkis as well. I mean, the guy is great as far as like being in a suit and just immersing himself in the character, and then they just do whatever they want with it.
Pretty much any cool character that was motion captured has been played by Andy Serkis.
Yeah. He's got that cornered.
Did you guys know, not to switch? We're not going to switch too much, but talking about motion capture, you played the new Friday the 13th game.
Yeah.
And Kane Hodder, who we interviewed, actually did all the motion capture for that game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, talk about, like, if you guys think that is very Jason Voorhees, that's because Jason Voorhees fucking was, like, motion capture for that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Andy Serkis, give him props, man, because this guy is, like, you rarely see his actual face, but you're being captivated by the movements and the emotion that he brings forth on stage, or on screen. So, just realize, there's somebody behind that. That's just not some dude in a computer. There's somebody that they actually have to CG around to make Caesar come to life.
Yeah, like he is actually responsible for training pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Including your boy, Rocket, the guy that played Rocket.
Bradley Cooper.
No, not Bradley Cooper.
Well, you said Rocket, right?
James Gunn's brother.
James Gunn's. I don't know who you're talking
James
about.
Gunn. Bradley Cooper does Rocket's voice,
Yeah.
but the emoting and the actual movements and the way that Rocket moves around is actually done by James Gunn's brother, who is one of the crew members of the Ravagers.
Okay.
Is it Tim Gunn?
Tim Gunn is like some fashion dude, isn't he?
Okay.
Yeah. No, not him. I don't think there's any relation, actually. Hold on, I'll tell you his name exactly.
Well, there's Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn.
Oh, I think that's it.
But who is Sean Gunn? I'm trying to figure out what he was in. Best known for his roles as Kirk Gleason, Guardians of the Galaxy, but I don't know what else he's been in. Specials, Pearl Harbor. Yeah, but you said like he's my boy. Like, what do you mean? You mean like just Rocket?
Yeah,
in
I'm
general?
talking like a black guy. Don't worry, it's all
No,
good.
no, I know that, but you're saying it like
It's your boy. That doesn't mean that you hang out with him and have drinks and shit. It
dude,
just means,
I know what the fuck it means.
Yeah,
I'm just
all right.
saying, like, when you say like it's that, you mean, but it's somebody that like that's the dude that you're
No,
into.
it's just
like,
no, it's just euphemism. Just saying, instead of saying that dude.
oh my god, you're making me sound so white right now. Basically,
No,
what
you're making yourself sound so white.
No, dude. When you say oh, it's your boy, like I'm thinking it's like this actor that I'm like into. You know what I mean? Like when you said Bradley Cooper, like I'm thinking Rocket, but like I didn't know I don't know who Sean Gunn is.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that though, man.
I'm not familiar. What has Sean Gunn done that I'm familiar with? Because I can't think of, like, I know, like, if he did Rocket, that's cool, but I can't think of anything specifically that he's been in that I would know.
Yeah, I don't think he's done much.
No,
I know I remember his face, but I remember his face because he also played like a bad guy in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He looks
2.
like he resembles Cassidy from Preacher.
Yeah, a little bit. But I can't help you.
But yeah, so Sean Gunn is the dude, but he was actually trained by what's his name there?
Andy Serkis?
Yes, Andy Serkis, who actually got to be on camera for Avengers 2, as well as Black Panther, the upcoming Black Panther movie.
We're talking about Andy Serkis.
Yeah, he's going to be on camera for that, not just mocap.
Oh, good for him.
So that's going to be cool.
Who's he going to be on camera as?
He's going to be Claw, Ulysses Claw, or Clow.
Word.
Clow. I don't know.
Claw.
They spell it
Claw.
weird. They spell it weird because in the comics it's just Klaw, but now in here because they want to make him sound like it's like a fucking like real name, it's like Klaue or some shit like that. But yeah, he's gonna play that dude, and that's he played him in Avengers 2.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the dude that got his arm cut off by what's his name there, Ultron.
Oh,
cool. Okay.
Yeah, all right, word. All right, cool. Word.
I didn't even realize that was Andy Serkis when I saw him.
Yeah.
But anyway, Andy Serkis did a great job. That's what I was getting at. I'm sorry we went on a huge fucking tangent there, but Andy Serkis did a great job as Caesar again. The other apes all got their chance to shine as well. Like this was finally I thought this was finally one where we got to see like other apes actually become like focal points of the film. There's an ape whose name is Rocket. I don't know if you remember him from the second one.
Yeah, I remember him.
But he's basically Homeboy's like general or right hand man. And he's just he's a diesel ass chimp. Like you look at him and he's just like he looks like an Incredible Hulk chimp. Like he just fucking lifts weights all the time. So it's a funny fucking version of a chimpanzee. And then you have the gorilla Luca, who's like the first gorilla that he befriended in the first movie when he actually fucked him up. And then there's the orangutan Maurice. Yeah, he plays a big role in this. And there's a new chimp that they introduced who was he was actually he was from the zoo. And he wasn't part of the ape colony that Caesar established or that he was the leader of, and so he talks differently, and the way that he learned to talk was from the zookeepers. So like he's just all about just fucking being like, he's just like his way of speaking is just like, he calls himself Bad Ape. He tells people not to touch shit and that it's not theirs, it's his. Like just shit like that, and like he wears like fucking human clothes. It's the funniest shit. Like he's like one of my favorite characters in the trilogy, and like I'm really mad that we didn't get to explore him a little bit more. And I'm hoping that they really continue this saga, and that it's not just 3 movies. Hopefully they do like a 4th one or a 5th one, so we get to see a little bit more of him, or if not, we get to see like Caesar's children like in the future or something like that. Like it would be interesting, but
it all depends on how much money the movie makes.
Yeah,
I mean, if it makes,
I agree.
If it makes money, then they will definitely be putting out a 4th one.
I totally agree with that.
And yeah, and it seems like the movies have gotten progressively better with each movie that has come out.
Yeah,
which you don't see a whole lot of.
Yeah, I mean they definitely did the movie's justice, the storyline justice at picking it up after the Mark Wahlberg bullshit, Planet of the Apes. But on another note, guys, this past Sunday, winter came. Winter's coming, my lord. Did you guys watch? Did you guys watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you think?
I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, thought it was great.
Yeah.
Thought it was a continuation of last season.
Mm-hmm.
Last season was, I think we can all agree, probably the best season.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
I really hate the fucking.
There we go. I knew you were going to talk about this.
Of course. I hate the Arya Stark mask reveal. Like, I just hate the Scooby-Doo villain of the week effect that it has. It's just like, you know, I'm this guy. No, I'm not. I'm really Arya Stark.
And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you kids.
Yeah, right. Like that's. I just wait for that. It's just, and maybe it's just me. Maybe because I grew up on Scooby-Doo. Like I just. You know, like it just reminds me of that shit. Like the same shit when I saw Charlie's Angels and they took the masks off on the boat. Same shit when I saw fucking Mission Impossible and he takes the mask off or whatever.
Can I say this though? When I saw that was my initial reaction because our buddy Don cracks on me because when I went to see Mission Impossible, the last Mission Impossible, they did that thing where they cut the mask like in real time and then he put it on and like right as Tom Cruise is like fitting the mask to his face, like you could tell it doesn't fit right. And then the camera like pans around the room and you see him doing it and then it goes behind like this banister and then it comes around and it's like perfectly on his face. Mm-hmm. And I literally out loud in the theater, I just went, yeah, right. And like Don laughed because he knows like it's a movie, but it's like, I take that shit seriously. Like, how am I supposed to believe that's actually going to happen
exactly
if it's not your real facial structure? So when I saw that, I thought it was bullshit, but I was like, okay, suspension of disbelief. But here's my gripe with this. When she actually went to that dude who walks around in a robe in that weird fucking place, that monastery, and he's like...
The guy that kind of looks like
who
Nick
are
Kroll.
You? Oh, yeah, you're the girl who has no... I still sound like Jon Snow. You're the girl who has no name. Who are you? I'm Arya. I know you, and he beats the shit out of her like till she.
Yeah,
fucking
I know who you're
doesn't
talking about. The many-faced god.
Yeah, thank you. You could have stopped me way before.
I just wanted to see you fucking flounder. That's all.
Sick. Thanks. Nothing like letting your boy drown, bro. So anyway, she when he's like laying on the ground or he goes to there's different segments where he like does this shit where remember she's like pulling the faces off people. Like, why don't they do that? They gotta do this thing. Like, why can't she just, like, put her hand over her face and do, like, that fucking pinch move and pull her fucking face off?
Because it wasn't like dramatic enough.
Yeah, like multi-touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Like, when you pinch a fucking iPad and zoom out to the home screen. Yeah. Like, why can't she do that shit? I mean, I get it's not dramatic, but it would still be consistent with what we saw her training for. Like,
right.
They never ripped off a mask in that when she was learning from these people, so why the hell would she do it now?
Well, she's trying to make it her own.
And they never explain how, like, they never explain, this is the other thing, because I am, like, hardcore into detail. Like, they never explain how she fits into his clothes even though she's, like, mad shorter.
Yeah.
You know, just, like, that didn't make, I don't know, whatever. There was a little bit of a gap there, but... Whatever. Those are the small details that I noticed because I'm a fucking asshole. So there you go. That's my gripe with that. That's why I was with you.
Yeah.
But then when you reminded me of it, I was like, fuck you, because I forgot about it.
You gotta make a YouTube video where you just troll the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the only thing that I had. That and Ed Sheeran.
Oh yeah.
Ed Sheeran took me right out of the fucking realm of Westeros. Like I was just
I didn't even know it was him. I was just like, oh, there's an ugly redhead.
Hey, thanks. It's the weird thing about
that fits in with all the other ugly people in that show.
I actually was pretty sure it was Ed Sheeran after the first like 4 seconds, but I questioned it. But then I was like, is that Ed Sheeran? Wow, that looks a lot like Ed Sheeran. Wait a minute, this scene started off with that guy that looks like Ed Sheeran singing.
Yeah.
It's probably Ed Sheeran then, because he has a good voice. And then all of a sudden I hop right on my phone. Now, not to mention, I watched this shit live. Okay, like I am in the moment watching it live with everybody else. I saw it and immediately hopped on Google. He hadn't been on screen for maybe 20 seconds. And I literally typed in Ed Sheeran and it auto-filled and it went, Ed Sheeran, hyphen, yes, he's on Game of Thrones. Like holy shit. It's like, did somebody see this an hour before me?
Google was like, come the fuck on.
Yeah. I feel like what's it, HBO was just like, just fucking put it out. Like, I don't want to answer this question tomorrow. Like, let people find out as soon as they watch it.
Hey, what do you call Ed Sheeran on heroin?
Ed Sheeran.
He's sharing.
Ed
Needles,
sharing needles.
Oh, I said it right before.
Well, you motherfucker, you killed my joke.
Oh yeah, Ed.
I like
Sheeran.
Sherwin though. Ooh,
Yeah.
That's good.
You were thinking. You both had some good ones.
But
Definitely.
they had dude, they had some really great moments,
I hope
man.
he
Especially
Oh, come on, man. It's the shape of Ed Sheeran.
especially Brienne. Her moment with the Wilding dude was pretty funny.
Yeah, definitely.
What?
Like
What?
Like her moment when she was like sparring with Podrick and like she let her guard down because she was distracted by the Wilding dude.
Yep.
And then like he got her and then she just like fucked him up. And then he was just like, he's a lucky man.
Oh, yeah. They're.
You know
They
what?
want it.
It was so
You know what's
fucking
funny
cool.
is like I'm aware of this now just because I think it was a bad decision for this guy to do anything outside of Game of Thrones at this point. But like he stood up for the first time in Game of Thrones, the dude with the red hair, and right after he said his first line, Becca goes, commercials. Because he's doing all those stupid commercials now.
Yeah.
But I mean like
Which commercials?
oh, I don't know. They're like dumb commercials where he's got like he just looks like the dude from Game of Thrones, like in like a suit or like something. Look him up, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But like anyway, it's just funny. So I was like, yeah, that's kind of weird. But he's a cool character because he really
Yeah.
he just wants to fuck her.
Yeah.
It's so funny. You know what I mean?
But he
He wants to climb that birch tree.
he just wants to fight, drink, and fuck. That's his fucking world.
Well,
I was so
That's what
pumped.
wildlings do.
I was so pumped, dude, when I saw all the fucking White Walkers coming in through the mist. And I'm waiting for it. And I see the fucking two giants that are now on their side that are going to fuck shit up.
But the only thing
And-
I didn't understand with the Giants was like how they were already so decomposed. Because they looked like they were like, and
Well, they
follow me
all
here.
are in some respect.
Yeah, no, I kind of see where you're going.
But
plus
follow
they're
me here,
plus
like
they're in the frickin' the Arctic.
Like I think
You
it
know,
would be a
that
stretch for a
that would
regular,
preserve
right?
what they look
But I
like.
think they were just adding to the fact that they were making them look a little bit more dead.
Yeah, no,
maybe
I
it's,
get, I
maybe
get
it's
that.
once you become a walker, you just start deteriorating.
Yeah,
But
or
I'm-
they were not to cut you off, but or they were just like battle wounds. You know, that's.
But I'm
the
saying
only
like
thing I can
Oh yeah, because they are dead.
think. Yeah.
but a regular person would take like I think it would be a stretch to see a regular person decompose that much. For a giant, like you would think that their flesh would take a lot longer to decompose like that. And what I mean is like their eyes were fucking gone. Like their heads were basically like skulls. You know what I mean? Like that's how far gone they were rotted. And it was just that was weird to me. That's all.
I don't know. I'm not
Oh,
an
yeah,
expert in giants, but like,
I very
maybe
much
that's a
enjoyed
thing.
it. I thought it was spooky. Maybe it's for added effect.
I think my other favorite part, and this is what I'll end my likes on, was the conversation between Jon Snow and his sister. I don't think they've really had a lot of time to talk, and this was really a good moment for her to give him reassurance that he's actually doing a great job as a leader, because I don't think that he's gotten that from anybody, and to hear that from his own sister I think was cool. And she's the only person that can really like call him on his bullshit and like say it like it is because they're family, you know. So I really like that aspect, and I also, I don't know if he understands everything that has happened to her while
I don't
she
think
was away.
I don't
And-
think he knows.
And I think us as an audience knowing that makes her an even stronger character for not letting him see that. You know, like she's holding it together. Like she's been fucked with, raped, doesn't fucking trust Littlefinger. There's a lot of other stuff
Who,
that's
by the
going
way,
on.
is like the pedophile of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
is
he
this
really-
guy not touched kids on the show?
Yeah, because who knows if he has?
I
Been,
mean,
but they
like
just
maybe
haven't
in his
shown that shit.
trailer.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like it's really dark. though. You know what I mean? To know that that's happening to her and her own brother doesn't know. And I think that she's being smart about that. Like, she doesn't want to let him know because, one, what the fuck's he going to do about it now? Because Ramses is already dead.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but, I mean...
And, like, Ramsey, like, yeah, she probably never, dropped her pants and showed, like, her vagina that probably looks like Leatherface's mask now.
Holy shit. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a smart move. Well, it is a smart move for her not to let him in on that, but because it wouldn't do any good now. But you just feel like as somebody, you're finally back with your family. You got to be able to vent to somebody, and she's not doing that. And I give her a lot of credit for that because she's being very strong about it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I thought that was just a cool moment. That's all I got.
All in all, though, it was an excellent episode.
Excellent.
Loved it.
Definitely.
Doctor Who's going to be a woman.
A woman.
Yeah, I honestly don't give a shit. You know,
Jodie Whittaker.
Switch it up.
I gotta be honest, I've never watched a Doctor Who episode in my life. I'm assuming you have.
I'm not like a huge Doctor Who fan, but the
Was
significance.
this a Ren topic?
No, actually, this was actually just a topic. I mean, this is like, this is a fucking milestone, man. This is actually a pretty big moment.
This is a big deal.
And just a shout out too. I mean, Ren wanted to be here tonight, but she had some stuff going on and couldn't make it. So we will definitely have her back on next week. So just kind of giving you guys a heads up on that if you're wondering where Ren was. But I mean, honestly, dude, I didn't watch Doctor Who. I gave zero fucks about it. I watched one episode, and it was the episode that somebody told me was terrifying, and it was like the one where the statues come alive when you like turn around, and they basically, it looks like an angel like statue, and then like you like look that way, and then like you turn and they're like right there and they have fangs. Like they basically come at you when you're not looking, and then if you turn they freeze. And it was really freaky. I mean, it was Daniel Lee White, who was in Higher Methods as like, remember him? He was a cool guy, but he basically told me about that episode. He's like, it's the scariest shit I've ever seen. And that's the only Doctor Who episode. Did you find it
spooky? Did you?
I found it spooky. I didn't find it as scary as it was painted to be, but it was still creepy. But there's nothing about it that really attracted me to be like, wow, I got to watch Doctor Who. But it's got this huge cult following. It's like blowing up, you know. So
it's been around forever.
What is Whittaker been in? Like, what is she from?
Attack the Block.
Okay.
Which, if you haven't seen yet, I told you about Attack the Block a long ass time ago, and you need to watch that shit.
Yeah.
You told me about it.
It's a fun movie. It really is.
Yeah, like that movie is what's his name? The dude that plays Finn.
Oh, the dude from Star Wars.
Oh, John Boyega?
Yeah,
John Boyega.
Yeah.
John Boyega played in that, and he was fucking phenomenal. And that's why that's what started me telling you about it, was we were talking about Star Wars when it was, being created.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, you got to watch Attack the Block so you could see this dude in action because he's fucking great.
Yeah, that's a fun movie. I mean, it is clearly British. But it's not like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, British.
Oh, wait a second. Jodie Whittaker. Hold on.
She was in an episode of Black Mirror.
That's what I know her from. What episode was that?
The Entire History of You.
Oh my God! What was that?
That was the one where you could recall all of you can replay all of your memories.
Oh, and it was like her and that guy got into a fight and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was good in that, man. Yeah, I knew her from somewhere.
They're turning this into an actual TV show. The episode, The Entire History of You.
Oh, no way.
Is being turned into an actual series.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, all right, man.
Probably not going to watch it.
I honestly, though, did, now that I know who she is, because I didn't look her up before this, that was my bad, but like, if she's playing Doctor Who, man, I might check it out. I really did like her in that episode. I thought she was excellent.
She also plays in a detective drama on BBC called Broadchurch, which is actually pretty good.
Word. I mean, have you watched like a lot of Doctor Who? Or?
I've watched Doctor Who in chunks, like not like religiously.
What do you think like the obsession with Doctor Who is?
It's one of those things where if you watch it from the beginning, I mean, like the people that play the Doctor, the people that they choose, have been fucking awesome actors, man, and like they bring a lot of weight to the character, especially like fucking David Tennant, who is the dude that played the Purple Man on Jessica Jones.
Oh shit!
He was one of the doctors.
You're right.
So and also
I remember that. Yeah.
And also Satrakian from The Strain was a doctor.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Who replaced the original Satrakian from The Strain, who was also a doctor. John Hurt.
Pattern. Okay. John Hurt.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
Yeah, he was
That
a
John
doctor.
Hurt was one of the doctors?
Yeah,
No fucking idea because I give no shits about Doctor Who. Yeah.
So you have
a lot
this,
of people
like,
have gone on to do other stuff after they've been doctors.
you have this like ridiculous pedigree of people that have played the Doctor.
But is it so? I guess my thing is it like just like they're getting like new people to play it to continue because somebody doesn't want to do it anymore, or is it like a new chapter? Is it like people playing James Bond?
So the Doctor is an alien, right? Who every so often changes its form to resemble somebody new. And that's the premise. So like they can bring in whoever they want to be like the next Doctor. And they usually just sign people on for like a couple of seasons or whatever. But like this is like each one is like the next Doctor in the series. So she's the 13th Doctor that has been
Holy shit, dude.
on the show.
13.
So the reason
I'm sorry, I just fucking ruined it. This show has been around since 1963.
yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know that.
It's been going on for that long.
I had no idea.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit, dude.
Yeah, and she is the first,
Wow.
and she's the first. This is the first time that he's been anything but a man.
Got you.
So, haha, Tony tried to see how much time we had, and he couldn't see it. Because I had that shit blocked with Google.
Not on purpose. Don't give yourself that much credit. That was just fucking chance, bro.
Bam!
Yeah. So, it's just stupid. Everybody's like, wait, what are they talking about now? So, shit, man. I didn't know that. 1960s. Holy shit. Well, listen, I have one other thing I want to jump out there, and it's the last thing that I want to throw out there to people is if you guys are not big horror fans, it doesn't matter. Put on your big boy pants and actually go on YouTube and watch a trailer for Leatherface, which is coming out in 2017. Obviously, this year it is. Look at the Red Band trailer because Leatherface Red Band trailer is graphic as fuck. It is not safe for work. It's going to be super bloody and gruesome. So
I'm going to check it out as soon as we sign off.
All I can tell you is that it's to give you an idea they cut back to this throughout the trailer and it's just the dude who's playing Leatherface literally like sewing pieces of skin together to make his mask.
Also,
so it looks
if you
fucking
want
awesome.
If you want a good laugh, check out the Snowman trailer.
Yeah, which
The
is
Michael
the Michael Fassbender thing. That looks so weird.
Like it looks like it. I think it's actually like they're serious, right? Like they're really trying to make it.
No, it's a drama. Yeah.
Like they're really making that though, right?
Yeah, but it's basically the premise of it is it's this dude who calls himself the Snowman Killer.
Right.
So, but it's like you see the thumbnail for it. And it looks like a dude that like literally
Has a
it looks
snowball
like
for
a
a head.
snowman.
I was just breezing through.
No,
Yeah.
the funniest shit is like this chick is like walking through the parking lot and she gets hit
Hit
with
with
a
a
snowball.
Yeah,
And then she turns around and then it's like, ah!
Yeah. But you don't even see it. It just goes black and you hear boom and it's like, ah! Like that's the type of thing that like you wouldn't be able to stand.
Yo, you have to watch it. It's fucking hilarious to me. But I think they're serious about making this like a thriller slash like
dude,
murder.
no, they are, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
this wasn't a parody. Like I thought this was like
they're
that's
trying to
how
make
bad
this,
this was.
They're gonna make it a new like winter version of Kiss the Girl.
Yeah. Like That's how bad this
basically
shit was. It looked like a parody to me.
So yeah.
And I'm struggling with whether or not it was a parody. Like, are you
Yeah.
serious? It wasn't? Like, are you sure?
No, it's legit, dude. Michael Fassbender was in it. It's not a joke.
Like, yeah, because, like, I mean, I've seen, I don't know, man. If it's not a parody, man, this shit is fucking hilarious. Watch it.
It's not a
Yeah.
parody.
The
Watch
Snowman
it.
official trailer #1.
Yeah, watch that
The
shit.
#1, and that's it.
Watch it. It's fucking funny.
Can't wait.
And that's all I got.
We should finish this episode off with a game of Would You Rather. What do you guys think?
I'm with it.
Word. So, Jim, I'm going to start it off with you. We're each going to get two questions. And here we go. Jim, would you rather declare a war on aliens or declare a war on cows? And dude, you love milk. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, I do. I guess a war on aliens.
Yeah.
What a fucking weird question is. There's no real war on cows. I feel like there's a total genocide on cows going on right now that's been happening for decades.
Yeah.
I don't think cows are ever going to get equal rights.
Probably not.
Aliens, they might exist. They might not. I guess I would do a war on aliens.
All right. Well, a war on aliens, dude.
It would make me seem strong,
Yeah.
and then hopefully they never come to Earth.
Right. Well, I will tell you that 37% agree with you. So,
War on cows took it?
war on cows was 63%.
Do they have, like, in that, does people give reasons
No,
for
it's
why
just
they're
it's just the percentage. That's it. Probably because they know
because that's a winnable war.
yeah, it's a winnable
They've
war.
already
yeah.
thinned the herd.
Yeah. Would you rather be rich but only live for 15 years or be poor but live forever?
I guess rich, 15 years. To be realistic, that's what my life would be like anyway. Like I would, if I was rich, I don't. To be honest, I don't think I'd last 15 years.
Oh, why do you
would-
say that?
I would get into some hardcore shit. If I was like
You can
lottery
get into
rich-
some hardcore shit now. Just go do some heroin, bro.
Yeah, but I mean,
Live it up for the next 6 months. And then cash out.
but I'm just saying, if I live my life, if I get to live forever and I can't accumulate wealth at all
Yeah.
the entire time, that's a shitty fucking life of just living in cardboard boxes and alleys.
But you'll never have
For-
any debt, bro. You know, you'll just be,
Because I have nothing.
yeah. So you got
I
nothing to
wouldn't be
lose.
I wouldn't be in debt if I was a millionaire.
But you have
because
nothing
I would
to
die
lose.
prematurely.
I couldn't live forever poor.
Oh no, I couldn't.
No.
I couldn't live forever to begin with. I feel like that would kind of be boring. I feel like there would come a point where everybody else on Earth is fucking dead, and then it's just like me in a new ice age. With all this, with no money to spend on freaking heaters.
All right. Coolly, here we go.
All right.
Let's see. Would you rather speak every language in the world perfectly or speak to animals and they speak back?
I'd fucking take animals all day.
Really?
Oh fuck it. You know how awesome it would be to be able to talk to Finn and Bentley
Yeah.
and that fucking rabbit. I'd tell that rabbit to go fuck itself so hard.
Dude, but the rabbit is not doing anything wrong. You just are afraid of it.
I just don't like it.
I don't like it. Yo, dude, what would you say to bees?
I'd say fuck you, bee.
But what if the bee's like, yo, it's all right, man. I'm just looking for honey. Where is it? I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, bee, chill out, man. I ain't trying to hurt you.
Hey, how's it going? Do you mind if I sting you and then leave part of my ass stuck in your skin as I fly away?
Dude, I would appreciate it if you didn't.
Oh, well, too bad. Sorry, I'm a wealthy bee. I only had 15 years.
Stupid. Oh, man. All right. Would you rather go a whole day without eating or go a whole day without your smartphone?
I can go a whole day without eating.
The eating is the smartphone takes it.
Yeah, it does, especially with my fat ass. I can live without some food.
All right. So, but you think you couldn't go a day without your smartphone?
I wouldn't want to.
Okay, would you?
I could, but I wouldn't want to.
But like, dude, but what happens like when you're really hungry? Like to the point where like you.
That wasn't the question. The question was, would I want to go a whole day without the phone or food?
Just
I'll
Google
take
images of food.
I'll take a day without food.
That
Makes
looks
it
good.
worse.
I'll eat that tomorrow.
But if it came down to it and I was like starving, then yeah, sure, I'd take food. I'm not a fucking idiot. But if I had a choice and I wasn't dying, then I'd choose my smartphone.
Here we go. All right. Here we go.
Your turn. Would you rather swim in a pool full of snakes every day for the rest of your life, or sleep in a bed full of spiders every night?
Dude, I would have to go with the snakes one
Oh,
because I feel like after a while, like I could get over the snakes. Like I get over my fear of snakes. I just become like fucking Snake Man, But like I can't fucking sleep with spiders all over me.
No.
Fuck that. They'd be crawling in your ears and shit, going up your fucking nose. There's no way I'd be able to sleep. I fucking hate spiders.
I feel like that's a no-brainer, but there's got to be people out there that's like, "Oh, I'm just spiders. Oh, I'm sleeping and I don't know they're
yeah, but I
there."
mean, like, dude, snakes.
Until you
though,
wake up and they're in your
I'm not
fucking
cool with that.
nostrils.
I'm not cool with that though. Like snakes, bro. Like, they poisonous? Like, are they anacondas? Are they constrictors? Like, I don't know. Here, hey, this was a question. Oddly enough, how weird is this shit? That I actually was thinking about this game earlier today, and I was thinking about a really weird question, and it was: would you rather sleep with an anaconda or a python? And you know what my answer would be? A python, because the python is probably not going to do shit. It might just chill out. Where an anaconda, I might wake up and not be able to breathe because it's fucking constricting me.
Word.
So, I don't know. That's another free one I threw in.
All right.
But anyway, so that's my answer. Fucking snakes.
All right. 76% of people would choose snakes.
All right, because they're fucking.
Yeah.
They're
Because
logical.
they are smart.
Last question.
Word.
Would you rather slowly eat 500 grams of human poo once a week
Oh, that's hard to do, man.
for
I
the
know.
rest of your life, or never love, marry, have children, family, or friends?
Wow. Well,
I mean, this is an easy one.
Yeah, I feel like this is easy.
I mean, this is. I'm not gonna eat poo.
Eh.
Yeah.
I mean, like-
I'm just not gonna do that every week. It's not worth it. Like, if
Every
I don't have a
week
family,
or every day.
it was every week.
No, every
right?
week, yeah.
like, but see,
Once a week.
I look at it this way. Like I can't go through a week knowing that like Monday is like my shit
It's
eating
your
day.
like poop day.
Like or like because every week will just be hell, and I'll end up killing myself. But not like having a like love whatever, and like that's great. I'll just fucking hire escorts and like fuck random people and like get it when I need it, right? But I don't know, like that. Like I'm not gonna have a family, but like I guess I'll have to make do and make it happen however I can. But I'm not gonna eat shit. You know what I mean? I just can't. Would you?
No, I just agree with you 100%. I mean, like, first of all, like, honestly, all of your rationalizing is fucking. I just don't see you having friends either fucking way. Like,
If I'm eating shit.
Yeah, if you're eating shit, 500 grams of shit once a week for the rest of your life, I can't imagine anybody wanting to fucking hang out with
Not
you.
to mention that, like, you could probably eat this shit in secrecy and then, like, brush your teeth a lot. But, like, also, you eating shit and not getting some time of fucking botulism within the first 3 weeks is impossible.
I mean, like if it's your own shit. I
It's
guess.
still, it's all bacteria, though. It's all bacteria.
Yeah, it's the waste. It's coming out of your body for a reason.
Yeah, it's not like piss where it's sterile. It's fucking bacteria. Yeah. Which is why it smells.
So let's see. We are gonna say.
Well, glad I didn't have to answer that question.
Yeah, well, we know it would've been shit.
I am amazed at how close this shit is. 51% of the world would slowly eat 500 grams of human shit once a week for the rest of their life.
You want to know why, though? I'll tell you why that's so close, because I guarantee you the people that said they would eat shit probably already have kids and would not trade their kids in for that over anything. So they'd fucking die for their kids. They'd probably eat shit for their kids. That's my rationale on that.
But you wouldn't eat shit for your wife? Well, you already eat shit.
Becca, no, I don't. Becca wouldn't force me to
take
eat
it.
shit. Like, I'm just saying.
Plus, would Becca like stay with you if you were eating shit?
Listen, if I had to eat shit, I would make sure that she wouldn't fucking find out.
I mean, like that can't be good for her career, right? Like having a husband that
Like,
eats
I'm
shit
sitting
once
at
a
the-
week.
I'm sitting at the couch and she's like, I made dinner. I'm like, no, thanks. I'm full.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
This would be a completely
like, I'm
different
just
podcast.
Oh shit! Well, I guess that about does it for this edition of the Redbeard Podcast.
we talked about a lot of shit.
Yeah, we did. Jeez.
So-
Yo, catch up with us next week. And definitely check out the site, redbeardpodcast.com, where you can actually leave comments. That's all tied to Facebook now, man. Like, that's actually not just like you're not going to just go into comment hell. Like, you'll actually be posted. It'll be on Facebook. We'll see it. We'll get it. We'll respond. We'll reply. Blah, blah, blah.
Hell yeah. And please, guys, definitely comment on that question. If Thanos was going to come to Earth in 24 hours, what would your team of 5 people be to stop him? I really want to know what your answers would be on that. And check us out on Podbean. That is where we are. And obviously, like Cooley said, redbeardpodcast.com.
Peace.
Later.
Jim,
What?
we're all saying goodbye.
Oh, you guys leaving?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, peace.
Later.